Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and this will be our CSC126 group project with a title Book Lending System, presented by me, Muhammad Azim Zaidi, Ahmad Ridan Husaini bin Razadi, and also Muhammad Idan Mukri bin Nin. So for our presentation outline there will be introduction, source code, objective and analysis, sample of output, design, and also discussion. Let's go to the book lending system. The book lending system is a must system in the library, and this modern day, by having the system, it can be a plenty of help for staff and even the whole library to keep the book safe when it's in the reader's hand. As for the system, we made 3 options, which is borrowing book, returning book, and also exit. For the explanation, borrowing book, a reader will bring the books that they want to borrow and insert the name of the books and the author. The limit for borrowing books will be only 5 books. While returning book, the reader will bring the book that they borrowed and give it back to the staff by writing down the name of the books and the author of the book. There's no limit to how many books they want to return. As for the exit option is for when the reader changes their mind to borrow or return books, or when they accidentally started the exam. Objective of the project will be to track all borrowed and returned books in library. Analysis will be input data, the title of book and author. Process will be to store list of borrowed and returned books. The output data will be list of books.
This is our pseudocode. First, we declare and set the variable, and we call the option function. Next, we have if selection and for loop inside if selection. Next, for option function, system will display 3 options and if selection to call either borrow book function, return book function, and option function.
Then borrow book function, we ask input from user inside do while loop. Next, return book function, we ask input from user inside for loop.
This is our first check. First, this is our main program. Next to it is our option function. The other 2 is borrow book function and return book function.
Moving on to the source code, our program starts by declaring the function prototype, which is the borrow book function, and the return book function beforehand. Moving to the first function, void options include parameter integer choose that passes by reference, string array T with 10 indexes, and string array A with 10 indexes. This function will display the menu to the user and ask them to choose one of the options. The function will then use the selection control process to determine the next course of action. The second function named borrow book with parameter string array with title with 10 indexes and string array author with 10 indexes. The objective of this function is to store the title and author for X books the user wants to borrow. The function starts by declaring integer I and string answer. Then, it continues by starting a loop by displaying the provide book details menu for the user to fill. The data will be stored in the array. The data will be stored in the array index. There's also an if-else section in the loop to determine whether the user wants to borrow more books or not if it's fulfilled the given condition. The loop will continue if the given condition is true. The function will then return. Continue. The third function named return book with parameter string array title with 10 indexes and string array author with 10 indexes. The objective of this function is to ask the user the number of books they would like to return and store the title and author for the books. The function starts by declaring integer I and asking the user the number of books they would like to return. A loop then started with asking the title and author of the books. The data will be stored in the array index. The function will then return. Lastly, the main function. The main function starts by declaring the integers string array title with 10 indexes and string array author with 10 indexes. It will first display the library name. Then, it will call the function options. After the function return, an if-else statement will be executed. Lastly, it will print thank you and the program will end. Looking at the sample output for the borrowing book, the program will start by displaying the menu. The user then chooses option 1, which is borrowing book. Then, the program will state that the user can only borrow 5 books. The user then will enter the title and author of the first book. The program will then ask the user either whether to borrow more books or not. The user choose option yes. Then the program will state that the limit for borrowing books has changed, which is from 5 to 4. The user then will enter the next title and author for the next book, and the program will again ask for the confirmation whether to borrow more books or not. The program will look one more time by stating the maximum limit of books, as for the title and author for the book, and for the confirmation of the book. Lastly, when the user put answer no, the program will then finish and will display the list of the book that the user have borrowed. For the return book, the program starts by displaying the menu. The user then will choose options 2. Then the program will ask to enter the number of books that they would like to return. When the user enters number 3, the program will then ask for the title and author. The program will then ask for the title and author for the books 3 times according to the data that the user enter. Lastly, after the amount of loop have been fulfilled, the program will then show the list of the books that the user have choose to return. And for the invalid option, the program will start by display the menu. If the user input number except for the number stated, the option it will print invalid option. Then it will again show the menu, and if user input the correct option, the program will have no problem.
As per discussion, the limitation will be you can only borrow 5 books. The limit for the returning books are only 10. The improvement that we want to make is by adding a security program, add borrowed record system, and also raise the maximum book for borrowing and returning.